Okay, Yvonne Gaybauer back here again, and my cohort Karen Birchlow and I have kind of had the marathon this afternoon. We were planning on doing some creating and painting too, but that kind of hasn't happened. Anyways, what we also had some fun doing, so we've already recorded 2 videos. One was on foam stamps and how to create them with a foam, cardboard, whatever. Then we did another one on how to heat different foam substances to make stamps. So one of the things that she had was one of those kneeling garden pads that you can get, right? So go to your dollar store and check one of those out. Check out the other video if you want to know how that works. Heating up your own craft stamp foam to make stamps out of as well. So if you're looking to look for some cost-effective ideas for making stamps, check out those 2 videos. So this one here was Karen's brainchild as well. And so I'm going to let her take off with this, and she's going to show you a fantastic way to do some roller stamps.
Hi again. I just wanted to show you how my whole little roller kit all fits into nice little takeout from Boston Pizza. We'll be ordering frequently. And I have 3 actual rollers and then some reusable ones as well. Plus I keep everything that is going to go around the roller in there as well. But let's get to the fun. I'm going to show you what kind of prints it makes, and then I will make a few of them right here for you once we get
Everything unstuck.
Unstuck, yeah. Okay, so
Which ones do you want first?
this one kind of thing. We have this stamp Yvonne and I did. She went through her stash and she has some of this material meshy thing, and we said, okay, let's give it a try. So I measured it out and we gave it a try around the roller, and this is what it gave us, and it worked very well. Definitely worthwhile, so that'll go back into the container. The shelf liner, which should be here, but it's not. The black shelf liner. Okay. I will.
Well, actually,
I don't know where it went, but we've seen it in another video because we've used it for other things. Okay, so this one, the circle one, is this one. Now this is cut out of fun foam. I just traced a bunch of circles and put it on. This was where it became, because it actually took some time to do, and I tried to think of a way that I could just save it. I tried gluing it onto sheets of plastic. I couldn't get a glue that worked. I even tried Gorilla Glue. That didn't work. So my plan is to buy the refills, and I will just save that one as much as I want, and then I can just go on and use it. So if you find something that you've put a lot of work into, you can definitely save it as is. This one I call broken glass for obvious reasons. And again, I just ripped up, I had old pieces of fun foam and I just ripped them with my hands and ran them into the Inktense blocks. I've also done it with acrylic paint. This is Martha Stewart's Pearl colors, and it worked equally as well with the acrylic craft paint. So that's good to know. Circles. Okay, so this one is the shelf liner, my black shelf liner. This was where I started it. I just went to it and I pulled it out of my stash, and I very technical, didn't measure it out, cut it to shape, and got this and thought, OMG, this is beyond belief. I can't wait to see what else I can create with this lint roller. So that's the shelf liner. So Yvonne talked about her shelf liner, so we are going to make one. So quite honestly, I just rolled it around, pair of scissors, cut it right while it's on there. I'm not going to bore you with measurements because your lint rollers are going to be different. I kind of missed it on the edge there. and stuff. And the silicone that I use, this is just a baking silicone mat, and I've just rubbed the Inktense blocks on here, and I find, oops, this isn't the one I wanted to use, but just go up, yeah. My helper.
I'm your Vanna White.
My Vanna. And then just across. And like that. So now let's see if we can get it to work. I'm going to put this shelf liner in here. A little more water and a little more Inktense blocks. I did not ever try this with an ink pad. I don't have an ink pad this big. And so here we go.
Oh yeah.
So we get that. Now while we were talking, we said, okay, what about if we doubled it up? Because we like the stamp that we made. So I have the other piece of foam, which I'm going to try to fit in there, right in between, because you need it to be the same level. I found that if something is raised, you will not get a good print. Now something like this does stretch, and you can use that to your advantage in there. I'm trying to press it in so that it adheres. It may not adhere. You're seeing this live. If it doesn't adhere, I would just put some spray adhesive on it.
Yeah.
And because we're going through a double thickness here, and I can see we're going to have some trouble right away. It's just not going to work as well. But since we do not give up, let's see. This may come off. Ooh. So I don't know if I really like this. I don't know if that's worth the extra trouble. But we're going to try.
On the stamp, it worked.
On the stamp, you got double impression. Yeah. We'll try it with this self-adhesive here. Yvonne's already got the glue out, so she's ready to give that one a try. So again, all you have to do is take this off, like that. I find the refills aren't as sticky as the original, but again, depends what your dollar store is. Now, we'll never get this off, so I'm just going to move on to the next, kind of some more samples. So this print was just with 2-ply jute, which is in my box. And that's acrylic paint on there, nothing fancy. I just wrapped it around, took all of 2 seconds, and then I took it off and I tried it a different way. Now I did take a picture of this, so I can, with the roller and the design, so I can try to recreate it to some degree if I want to. And I'm just saving this bunch of jute in that box. I don't need a different color jute. It's acrylic paint, so it's not going to reactivate and cause me any kind of grief. Back in the box we have the Punchinella, which my sister-in-law was having a hard time finding, so I don't know if any of you know where a good place for that. Just wrapping it around and that. And that's how simple to put it on. It just 1 minute, 1 second to take it off. Once this comes off, it does not re-adhere. My brother, the chemical engineer, told me why, but I won't bore you with those details. Yvonne and I, while we were playing here, we took some drywall tape and wrapped it around the roller, and we got this very fine color and pattern, which again looks very good. Yvonne, looking through her stash, went through some kind of string stuff. We got it all on there, and this is the pattern that came out of that. So again, as a background stamp, this is perfect. This is all you want.
What this was is, I went shopping one Halloween, and this was some sort of a mesh, I believe, that you could put in your trees outside. It wasn't quite like a spider web, but it was some kind of a mesh thing that they were selling at Halloween. And it came in a great big huge sheet. And I've used this a couple of times on my art journal pages, my canvases, that kind of stuff, just for some background texture. So this is what we used there, but that's what that was. So check out your Halloween supplies.
So another one of the roller stamps ideas when I was going for the zebra print, and I had just wrapped my fun foam around and got the pattern. And I've gone both ways here, that's why you kind of get the crisscross. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to have to cut everything off, again, I just took the fun foam off and it's going into a Ziploc bag, probably with a picture of this, and then I can recreate it on my roller on a fresh sheet, you know, in a couple of minutes. Very, very easy to do. There's some more of it just going one way. So again, you see very different patterns. Oh, here's a new one. Yvonne had some burlap.
Well, I think what this was, again, a good old thrift store. I think what this was actually mesh for cross-stitching. I think. Don't quote me on it, but anyways, whatever it was, it looked cool, and I thought I could make some marks with it.
So I simply took my pattern that I now had cut out to that shape. Of course, if I use a lot of the paper, it will be thinner. Wrap it around. And you don't want to get it to overlap, because then it will not roll as smooth. I find if there's a little bit of a gap, that's better. So this one, obviously, I didn't cut quite right, so we'll operate right on. There we go. And press it so everything adheres. If you have bubbles and stuff. And again, we're using dollar store lint rollers, so you get what you pay for. But for $1.25, I can make a lot of stamps.
Need more water?
Yeah, a little more. I was watching, I think it was Roz Willoughby. She was doing her journaling with fives, and she had the real roller stamps, and that's where I thought, oh, this is cool. And I couldn't really find any when I started Googling, so. Oh, very fine, but very nice.
Yeah.
That would look so nice on the background of.
Oh, I like that.
Some, you know, and going across.
Yeah.
Doubling up.
Very cool. And if you did that with a couple of different complementary colors, right?
Yep. Going different
awesome.
ways and stuff.
Perfect.
The paint, just a baby wipe to get the Inktense blocks off. And again, once this is off, I found this stayed sticky until it doesn't. I've just wiped it, and it kind of gets re-sticks over time. Of course it won't now that I've said that, but
No, because,
you know.
Yeah, that's just the way it works. You did the string? Yeah.
I did the string, the jute, you know, and again, it's trial and error. One thing I wanted to try here, we have this roller from the shelf liner. This was the throwaway, and, you know, we can't throw away anything.
Heck no.
So I just thought, well, let's roll it around there and see what effect that gives us. We may like it, we may not like it. So any one of these textures you can do that and see what you get.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
That's
again,
cool,
totally different look, but I can see using this on some of my backgrounds.
But you could even do something like that and then journal, right? I mean,
Yep.
that could be your journaling spot on your page, right?
Totally. So kind of, again, sky's the limit. If you can cut it and wrap it around the roller, give it a try. You know, it doesn't cost anything. You're using what you have. I think everything that I've tried out, the cost is still under what it would cost for one roller. And if someone does figure out how to get a permanent sheath to go on top of this that you can keep, let me know, because I'm curious. I decided that it really wasn't worth any more effort than
What you had already put
the
in.
96 hours that I fretted over it. I think we've done all, unless Yvonne
No, the only thing I was going to mention is Karen did try, like this was a piece of ribbon, right? So beautiful design, right? I mean, it should work great as a stencil or as a thing to attach to the roller. The thing you got to remember, and this is what she said, everything has to be the same level, right? This has got the wire on the outside, so you can bend these ribbons, right? Didn't work. All she got were the 2 straight lines, which if that's what you want, great, right? So if you're going to use something like this, you'd almost have to cut these wires out. Not only that, but because this is so thin, she found it didn't make as good of an impression.
So we're going to try.
Yeah.
Because we've got a little time. Just cut this off because, again, if this doesn't work, I can totally collage it onto a journal page without fear. So that's
And
gone.
there. And now you can use this to wrap around because it's all the same length and get another texture with it.
There really is no end. And if you think there is, then get together with a girlfriend from across town.
Because whatever she doesn't think of, I do, and vice versa.
It's just looking at things in a different way.
Yeah.
Okay, got that off. See, now that it's dry, it's sticky again, so you're going to get a lot for your $1.25.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to have to put 2 here.
Watch your fingers.
Yeah, well, the blood will wash off.
Eventually.
Okay, and press so it adheres. Now, is this going to be enough to go around again? Oh yes, totally. As you can see, it's really easy to try something out, and if you're cutting shapes or you're using pre-cut shapes that you get at your dollar store, that is, you know, you might want to save that. Into the Inktense blocks. So, oh, it's not quite rolling. Did you see how it skidded? It's just, this may work better with acrylic paint. I wouldn't give this up just yet. But, you know, for my money and my time, it's not quite enough of a print.
wow factor.
Wow, yeah. It doesn't give me the, we're not singing here. So, baby wipe.
Oh, right here.
Again, you know, so try it out. In my mind, I was picturing the mini lint rollers, and we don't live where there's a Walmart, so I will be finding a Walmart and seeing if they have the mini rollers. I remember seeing a whole bag of mini rollers, and again, that would give a different kind of print. So, you know, we'll just have a dynasty of rollers. And everything just goes back in. You can fit a lot into one of these little bags. Everything that you want and anything you use can go back in here. There should be another. Oh, there we go. It's very sticky. One thing about if you take a pattern and you've written something onto the fun foam and wrapped it around, because I was thinking I could build all of these on fun foam and wrap it around. Once the fun foam sheet was wrapped around here, when you went to take it off right away, it broke apart, which created this one. But so once these are on here, it will be, bits of the fun foam may come off the longer that they sit. So don't store them with any of this stuff on there unless you're willing to have it disappear.
Exactly.
Kind of thing. So it's all in one place.
Where did that sheet of drywall tape one go? Oh, with just the little flat thing that I had used.
The drywall tape.
I was just going to mention one thing. The actual strip of drywall. No, I have this.
Oh, the drywall.
The actual strip of drywall.
Did I throw it in here?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
See, I can even steal her stuff.
Yes, she does
There it
steal.
is.
She did. She stole it.
I did, because it's
even
totally
on-
unusable again, but...
It's on video. But what you could do with this actually, because this is not going to stick again, right? So, but what you could do is adhere this now onto a piece of cardboard and foam core, whatever, and you've got a stamp, right? So there you attach it to that. You can still ink this up and use it as a stamp. So I mean, I'm just going to bring it over to where we have our ink tents here, right? And there we go. And you can still use it as a stamp, right? So I mean, not all is lost. If you end up with one of these things and it comes off the actual roller, there you go, right? You can still use this as a stamp. So I mean, you can't do it on a roller one anymore, but so make another stamp out of it, right? Punch shapes. So actually, we just did that. I've got a puzzle punch, right? So we put a strip of drywall tape onto a piece of paper. I punched out the puzzle piece shapes, right? So I mean, if you wanted to, use this now to punch out your puzzle pieces, throw them onto a stamping block, and you can arrange your puzzle pieces to be whatever you want, right? So yeah, it's the sky's the limit, honestly. Like, if you can imagine it, you can do it, right? But how cool would this be? How cool would this even be?
Rip it off and see.
I'm gonna see. We're actually gonna just she had the idea, and as she's grabbing it, I'm thinking, oh yeah. Okay, this was the first little, well, I'll try that. We're going to do another little experiment.
It doesn't have to cover the whole thing.
Yeah.
You can cut out shapes using the drywall tape or any of these other textured materials.
This is now one piece, so I'm going to give it to you in one piece, maybe. So we're going to try this. Because again, if it doesn't work, what are you out? One sheet off of $1.25.
This came apart already.
Oh yeah.
That's how sticky it can be when you...
Yeah.
But I found the refills weren't as sticky as the original roller, so...
Oh, there's some paper on there yet. Oh well, it may or may not stick in those places, but there we go.
So I'm just going to put it on the middle. Yes. Don't do this alone.
Yeah, exactly. Eh?
Okay, so that...
We're going to cut that off. There we go.
So make sure it's adhered. Now, some of the puzzle piece isn't going to necessarily show exactly because it was stretching as I was going. Yeah. Well, we got it around the edge. Now, if we wipe this...
No, not enough.
I would do random shapes.
Thick enough?
Yeah, I think I would do random shapes and lines using that, and then you would get that texture as well as the shapes. But
Right.
I would cover up as much of the roller as possible.
Yeah.
It seems to...
But again, like I say, we're just experimenting here, right? Sky's the limit.
You're
at one sheet off of a 25 sheet of $1.25 refill.
Yeah.
So no biggie.
If you find something you really like, you're going to have a very unique background, which is kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to wonder where you got that stamp from.
Where you got that from. Exactly.
So I can't wait till Yvonne and I do our JB5 with a buddy, because I will be using my lint rollers to get that stamping and texture on there. So I will have probably 7 of them by then, and they will be all inked up and ready to go. So,
exactly.
Again, you're limited only by your imagination. Everybody's going to have different shelf liner, different textures in your house. Give it a try and see what happens. You might just have that aha moment and let us know.
You can take that if you want now. Seeing how you already had it in there.
Yeah, well, I was just showing how everything fits.
Anyways, so yeah, what I'll do again is we're on kind of a couple of different Facebook groups where people have been asking us to share how we're making these, some of the different ideas we've come up with. So again, I'll put links. Let me see if I get that. Yeah, down below. See, and push the finger the right way, down below, to the couple of Facebook groups that we're in where we're sharing some of these ideas. And if you want to join us, awesome. If you do join us and think of some different ideas and aha moments, please share them with us. We'd love to see what you come up with.
And I don't know, I can't remember who it was, actually went outside and put cedar clippings around their roller. So I can't wait to see how that prints.
It's going to work, yeah.
So
exactly, yeah.
But we'll let her post it and see what
you bet
what happens there. So
Yep.
enjoy.
Yes, and thank you very much for stopping by again. Bye.